And at one point in your life, you're gonna shift from the contracts you get to the contracts you get to give. I'm not saying relate to the CEO and not have empathy for employees. I'm saying that whatever room I go in, I relate to the highest common denominator. I relate to whoever I have an identity closely aligned with. Oftentimes, we go into establishments and we want to relate with the customers because we don't understand that if we related with the owner, we would then have empathy for someone who is actually more like you than the customer. We are taught to be chumps when we are supposed to be champions.
One more time for my girl, your girl, visionary CEO, Mrs. Ashley Nicole Kirkwood.
Home run, touchdown, buzzer beater, do it all now. Ball now, top corner talking home run. Touchdown, buzzer beater, do it all now. Ball now, top corner.
All right. Y'all ready? Is you ready? Is we ready? They say they ready. Whole squad ready. Yeah. All right. Yes, Karen, thank you for being our resident hype director of the Team Cashleets 10-year contract. Always on board. I think I was up there with Erica Mason, and I was like, did they not know this song? This song is lit. And then I looked at Karen. Karen was like, I don't care what song it is. I was like, that's what I'm talking about, Karen. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So we're about to get into six-figure offers. Who's ready for this? I'm gonna need a clicker of some kind to do my thing. Did y'all enjoy the Dreamer's Den? Dr. Gettings is a beast, isn't she? She's so cold. I am the type that still gets lit about my friends being lit. Like, I see something my friends do, I be like, got the coldest squad in the game. Thank you, life. Much appreciated. All right, so we're gonna get into six-figure offers. I also need a playbook. If someone from my team can get me a playbook so we can go through it together, that would be great too. And this is my fault, y'all, because I didn't tell them. I was still in that marble bathroom I had as a cajillionaire. It's crazy in there. It was like marble everywhere. It was like 2 hot tubs, a jacuzzi. Do y'all ever watch those king shows where people, you know, like back in the day, like the day where they probably didn't let black folks do this, but anyways, back in the day where they had like kings and queens, and then they like take a bath, the queen takes a bath, and it's all these people bathing her, and she's just like, and then she gets out, and she ain't done no work all day, and then she gets out, and they're like, are you ready to be dressed for bed? And she's like, I be looking at them shows, I be like, oh my gosh. Chris be like, you want that, don't you? You want somebody drawing your bath water? I'm like, I feel a hint of judgment in the desire, okay? That's what got me into, what is that show, Game of Thrones? Man, I was in Venmo watching that show, and I saw the queens looking all gorgeous, just walking around. I was like, maybe something to this. So we're gonna get into six-figure offers. So this is the part of the show where we're gonna get busy. Somebody say busy. Now, one of the things that I want you all to know about developing your offers is this. You develop your offers from a place of client need, not just personal desire. When you start your offer with you in mind, you develop something that you might buy. When you start your offer with your clients in mind, you develop something that they will buy. So the first thing that you need to create an irresistible 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-figure offer is going to be an understanding of your client's needs. Somebody say their needs. And also, you guys, on page 38, there's actually an exercise for you to do a letter to your current self from your future self. We are right now on page 40. On page 40 of your playbook, we have brainstormed 25 services that any service-based business can actually provide. Don't get caught up in the name, look at the idea behind the name. Now, Power Hour for Executive Brainstorm. How many of you consult with Fortune 100 CEOs right now? All right, I see a few of you in the room. Excellent. For those of you that don't, how many of you have utilized a product and thought, this could be better? How many of you have utilized a product and thought that this could be better with a specific intention based on your expertise? That means more of you should be advising C-level executives at the C-suite, because we are all CEOs here of corporations. We are not here to create motivational speeches and give them in rooms where nobody listens. We are here to solve problems by creating solutions that the market needs. Somebody say needs. This is why it's critical to start with your client in mind, not you in mind. When you start with you in mind, typically it starts like this. Well, I've always been good at speaking. So I just want to speak and tell my story. And I'm like, okay, but to what end? Because the world needs to hear my story. I'm like, yeah, but what part of the world? Because there's 7 billion people, if not more, on the planet. We can't reach all of them at the same time. We can be deliberate about who we help, but we gotta know their problem if you want to do it for revenue. Somebody say revenue. Did y'all like that opening video? Shout out to David and the team. Cash leads build revenue-generating businesses using their expertise in a way that only they can, real experts, helping their clients get what? Real results. That means, because here's the thing, y'all. I know that I'm a beautiful flower. Y'all know that y'all are beautiful flowers. But our clients perceive us through the lens of their own beliefs and stuff. So even if you do a good job, if you don't tie it to a result for them, they then feel disconnected from you as a service provider. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so we gotta start with them in mind. How do we do that? Somebody yell it out. No. Yell out the answer. Some of y'all following. Where the teachers at? Who was a former teacher, former educator? Okay, so I gotta talk to this side of the room. We got more educators over here. Who's read Speak Your Way to Cash, the book? Okay. How do we find out our client problems? Boom. How many of you have engaged in deliberate market research in the last 30 days? Awesome. Get to the mic. What did you learn? Cam, what's up, man? You know we got to do our dance, my brother.
That's right.
That's right.
By the way.
Yes.
Pain points.
And introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Cam Baudouin. I own the Frequent Speaker, a company that does done-for-you demo reel services for speakers.
That's Cam, I didn't even know that.
That's a new thing.
I think we got some speakers in the room who may need that.
1, 2, oh,
Just a couple.
Just a couple. Through market research, I learned about the pain points that speakers have. Real deep pain points. And then you ask why, and then you ask why, and then you ask why. 5 whys. Until you get to that root cause. You find real deep reasons why they have that pain. That's right.
And how have you adjusted your offer based on those whys?
Like I add to the offer. Every little bit adds. I don't take anything away. I don't modify it because every why services a different need. So you get deeper and deeper into that.
I love that. Give it up for Cam. Give it up for Cam. Did Cam just drop like a bar? That was a bar. Bar. I'm actually a rapper. My husband hates on it, but it's true. So whenever someone drops a bar, I want somebody to just yell out, bar. Let's practice. Cam just said that. Yo, why? 5 levels of why, then I add to the offer, I take away, and I close all my deals. All right, we in there. Cool. Cam, you made me think of something, and it's so cool that you did that. So the first thing you said is we need to know their why. We need to know their problem. We need to know their pain. And in any one of these areas, you can keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. But what I really liked about what Cam said is this. Because this is where people miss it. Because people read the book and send me the emails. Some of y'all send me the emails. Some of y'all don't send me the emails. You know what I saw recently? Shalonda, who's also my vocal coach, and y'all, I am not hoarse. I have been doing this for 2 days straight, and I mean really, really going at it, and I am not hoarse. So shout out to Shalonda, best in the business. Woo. We were doing vocal exercises in the room, and she's like, go like this. So we're walking to me do my outfit change. My makeup artist, Yogi, loves her, been with me for a while. She goes, that lady said, You need to be rolling your neck like this, and I'm serious. And she said she told me to tell you. So I'm going back, and I didn't do it. She was like, that lady, she is smart. She knows what she's doing. I was like, I know. It's like, I know she's smart, you know? So she got me, Shalonda, she got your back. Just want you to know they had me doing my exercises, so I feel good. Thank you. I feel so, because Shalonda's my client, she's in the mastermind, so when I became her client, I felt so bad because I had to like reschedule my meetings. I was like, dang, I'm a bad client out here. Like, I'm busy, I can't come to the meetings. I was like, okay, Shalonda, what you got? You got VIP day, you got something, just can I fly you out? What I gotta do? And she made adjustments to her offer to accommodate me as the client because she knows I'm a long-term client. And what was so cool about what she did is she was like, look, I'm already in the mastermind, I'll be at the events, we haven't done all our hours. She was like, I'll just come to your suite. And before you do your thing every day, I'll do all the exercises with you. She stayed with me the whole event. We reserved her a seat, made sure she was taken care of. She literally transformed her offer to fit the client because I do so many events. And let me be clear, I'm gonna do so many big events for presidents, kings, queens, and the like. I'm just waiting on my emails. Stadiums galore. I mean, maybe on different planets. I don't know. I don't limit my gift. So Shalonda can be with me. And honestly, what she paid me, what I paid her for all them sessions, and it was a real rate, because, you know, that's the thing. My clients come in, they got one rate. I be wanting to hire them, but I didn't coach them to raise the rate. Now I got to raise the rate. Sade, I'm about to hire her, but I was like, oh, so I got to pay the new rate. Because, I can't be like, Sade, I need a hookup, you know. I know, because you know what the old rate was. So you were like, that old rate. I'm like, I gotta call Sade, I gotta hire her. And I was like, dang, but the new rate. And then I think about it and I'm like, oh, this is dope. Because see, I help y'all land 5- and 6-figure contracts, but there comes a point in your business where you are the one giving 5- and 6-figure contracts. Me and my husband counted about 6 black businesses that we gave a 5- or 6-figure contract to. Our AV company is black owned. I think we're real close to 6 figures. That don't mean raise the rate. I already got your invoice. But it means that we are out here supporting the economy. My brother Ryan owns a production company, 5-figure contract. Probably more than that, because I done paid him about every month this year for some content. We think we're in it for us to get these contracts. The real power is in giving them. And at one point in your life, you're gonna shift from the contracts you get to the contracts you get to give. And that is how we change the ecosystem. I can't wait till we have a black-owned hotel that is at the same standard of excellence as the Ritz and the Four Seasons. Maybe some of y'all got it in this room, so I can sign a multi-year 6-figure contract with y'all because the Weston's getting it. But once there is an equal equivalent, we're out here. So I love that Shalonda transformed her offer for a long-term client. Here's the thing. Some of you have clients you want to work with, but they don't want to work with your system. So what do? You lose the client. Or you can stop looking at your clients as one-time transactions and start looking at the lifetime value of your client. Let's play that out. You want me to play that out? All right, cool. We ain't even got to the slides. We'll see if we get there. We're going to do some hot seats too in a minute. So y'all ready for me to critique your offers and y'all come up and we coach? All right, bet. For everything you sell, you need a vehicle. Sales calls, challenge. Our event is a vehicle. It's one way you can sell an offer. You're marketing not just for sales, you're also marketing for data. In your portal, it shows you how to have a brand guide. What brand guides do is it ensures that no matter who designs your stuff, it looks the same. I help y'all land 5- and 6-figure contracts, but there comes a point in your business where you are the one giving 5- and 6-figure contracts.
You cannot afford not to come to this event.
You are missing out. There is so much energy at a place like this.
Everything has been epic. I've never been to a training where I've been engaged in literally every session.
This mastermind has truly changed my life.
My mindset has shifted.
It has allowed my business to grow tremendously.
6-figure speaking contracts.
Get in the room. This is unlike any conference that I've ever experienced, and I am a conference junkie, information junkie. I've been to all the things, but I have never been to an event like this.
If you make it from a certain spot, go back higher, go back further, shoot it again. And if you make it from that spot, then you realize, hold on, this may be too low of a rim.
The hardest thing to be in life is yourself. Why? It's because it's the noise. Too many of us are believing what other people are saying about who we should or should not be.
Let's say, well, let me start over here, because I think I gotta, where's Shalonda? Are you cool with me saying what I paid you? Did I pay you one rate or two? I feel like I paid you like for the deposit and then like, give her a mic. Give Shalonda a mic, somebody from the team. And if y'all see someone standing and talking, just make sure they have a mic. Because my mastermind, they don't go to the mic because they're bougie, so. I'll be like, yes, I assume someone will bring me a mic.
I am
this is how it
here.
works.
Okay.
Thank you. She made an accommodation for her coach. I appreciate it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the first rate was the consultation rate, which was $1,500. Like
All right,
you said,
awesome.
was the deposit.
Okay.
And then once we spoke, double back, $7,500.
Okay, awesome. So I have now paid you.
$9,000.
Girl, you should have made that a 10. We could have had a 5-figure contract right here.
Listen.
Don't worry.
I know now.
Right, no, hold on, wait. See, I'm messing myself. Chris is the accountant. Chris is the accountant in the back, like, Ashley, you go too far. You be doing good, and then you just jump over the line of good. Go too far. Okay.
Yesterday's prices is not today's prices.
Wild. And you know what I told her? I was like, hey, Shalonda, here's the thing. If I go through this whole event and my voice feels like it feels right now, then you have a proof of concept that every single other speaker that knows me will want. Because typically in my circle, I'm the first to do it first. In a lot of ways. What do I mean by that? When an outfit don't fit my size, you know what I do? Buy two, take it to my tailor, she makes me one.
Yes.
Once I do that, now my friends are like, oh, that's dope. I could just buy two, go to the tailor and get one. So you just need a proof of concept, because the moment this works, because here's how we typically look at clients. Typically you look at it as a $9,000 client, right? It's like, oh, she only paid me $9,000. I need a phone up here with a calculator. Who has a calculator? Y'all gonna help me out? All right, bet. All right, Linda, of course. Okay, of course. All right, cool, so we got $9,000. Now I do at least, I do 1 to 2 big events per year. This year I did 2, so let's say 2 events a year, right? Now I've been doing my current Speak Your Way to Cash event, I did it 8 times already, all right? So if I do 2 events a year, if all we do is keep doing those 2 events a year and we hire Shalonda for it at her current rate, that's $18,000 a year for 6 days of work. And really for her, since she'll be here anyway, it's not really the same. She's actually gonna be here, she was gonna be here anyways. So while she's here, because she in the mastermind, she makes $18,000 on those 2. But let's assume this all works out. My voice just keeps sounding like butter, which it will, right?
It will.
And I don't really got quit in me, right? So I've already done 8 of these events. So let's assume we do 8 more, at least. What's 9,000 times 8? What is it? 72,000. Wow. Okay. And that's just for 1 of my events. But in reality, we do 2 events, Speak Your Way to Cash Live and Black Women Sell Live. So let's take this number out and let's make it 16. 9,000 times 16. Oh, snap. Did I just give my sis a six-figure contract?
Listen.
For work she'll do anyways, because she's like in the program, so she's gonna come anyways. 144,000. But check this out. All my friends do events. All my entrepreneur friends. Because I'm friends with people like Lamar Tyler, who's speaking, right? Maya Elias has a conference, and I mean real friends, not like the friends like I like their pictures. Audrey of Richmond just did Unclone Live. Who else we got who does events? Man, that sounds like at least 10 people. So I said 144, right? I also don't hang with quitters, so they don't quit. So let's assume they'll all do 8 events too. What's 144,000 times 8? What's the number?
Thank you.
Oh, and we left out Jasmine Womack. She does events. 1 point what? 1.52 what? 1.152. Thank you.
I like that. Yeah.
1.152 million.
Yes.
But then there's another play here, Shalonda, because what did we talk about earlier today? Do you remember?
The VIP did?
The content.
Oh, yes, the content. The behind-the-scenes content.
Because, see, when I do events, I don't do them like everybody else. When I do events, I don't hire one AV company, I hire 2. One of the AV companies here is literally tasked with following me around with a camera. Not because I think I look cute, but because if you do an event, and I do look cute.
Yes, you do.
But when you do an event once, it happens once. But when you have the content on your page, it lives forever.
Thanks.
I want the content from this event working for me for the next decade. But then I saw my sister, and I was like, Shalonda, you're gonna be doing this every day. We're gonna be behind the scenes anyways. I will get you all the footage and make some dope reels for your business. So now you're not just saying, hey, I work with speakers. You're like, this is me behind the scenes walking with her, Ashley blowing your whistle, blowing your cup. And it looks like a production because I don't know how to do it basic. So you got more value because you chose a client that has high standards.
That's a fact.
But she had to be willing to also meet the standards of a high-ticket client.
Yes.
We following? And none of this matters if Shalonda didn't like working with me. Because your piece ain't worth nobody's dollars.
That's true, but I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Here's something I want you to get. Don't look at the one-time transaction. Look at the lifetime value. I'm going to tell y'all something that may feel wrong. First off, thank you, Shalonda. Give it up, Shalonda. Clap, 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 clap. And if you need to hire her, hire her. I've literally never felt so good. This is like a live testimonial. This is great. I want you to get this. Write this down, clients are not created equal. Especially if we come from a world of like pure service. Like before this, Chris and I were in ministry for, I don't know how long, but we were in ministry for some time. Both of our parents are pastors. He's a 3rd generation pastor. I'm a 2nd generation not pastor, but I'm a 1st generation pastor's kid. I don't know, I said that wrong. But my daddy's a pastor, that's what I was trying to say. And when you look at service in the church, sometimes it's like, the least of these is to serve, and you develop all these concepts. And sometimes we apply principles that we misapply principles. Like we think we're not being of service by charging people, when in fact the best way we can be of service to them is to charge them, because I have given away my services and people have done absolutely nothing. I've given away scholarships to programs. Do you know out of all those scholarship people that we've given out stuff to, it's been a great experience, but that is not where any of our 6-figure contract testimonials have come from as of yet. It would have been better for me to make them wait. Not created equal. Now, when I say that, not created equal, I don't want you to misunderstand me. What I'm saying is, all humans are created equal. All client value to your business is not. And so there are some people you have to make accommodations for because their propensity to play the game is different. And there are some people that you are uniquely assigned to. And so you operate differently with them. One of the things I loved in studying great coaches, athletic coaches, is that they did not treat all players the same. The way that the coach of the Bulls treated Dennis Rodman was not the same as the way he treated Michael Jordan. It wasn't the same as he treated Scottie Pippen because he understood that their propensity, the way that they operated best, their peak optimal performance level was different. And so we do people a misservice when we think that we have to treat everybody the same. So if you charge $30, everybody gets paid $30. Like this event, all of you all are at this event. But there are different doors for different people at the event. It's not that like one person is better. It's just that one person has invested at a different level than someone else. And so that gets you different access. But if your pricing does not signal the highest level of access a client can get, then the client doesn't know whether you serve elite clients, Lux clients. I gotta make sure my PR is working because some of these sound bites come out differently in reels. I'll be like, no, that's not what I meant. I didn't. Influencer says all people are not created equal. Gig is she's black. I don't know what's going on in Atlanta. It's crazy out there. So literally, you want to make sure that you have tiers for your business. So first off, when you think of your clients, think of their lifetime value. Now, when I think of lifetime value, what that typically means is how much the client has spent with you over a lifetime. When I'm using it in this context, I'm thinking of the total value that client can bring to your business. What does their referrals look like? Some of your clients refer more people than others. What is their output look like? Because if Shalonda did the exact same service for an event that did not have AV production, her exposure goes down. Let me tell you something else. What about if you work with a client that won't give you any exposure? What's the value of a client that you help and pour your all into, and then they won't tell anybody that you did it because they have their own motives? It doesn't mean you don't service them, but you cannot treat all clients the same. I think that the biggest mistake that people make is treating a client that has referred you 20 clients, that's been in your program all these years, that's done all this stuff for you, the exact same as you treat somebody straight off the block. And then people are like, well, that's not fair. No, that is equity. Equity is not equality. Those words mean something different. Putting on my legal hat here, equity looks like, equity is not, equality, this is like 1 equals, oh, okay, vibe board is doing something strange for some change up here. Let's take that back. No, sir, I don't know what that is. Please remove. Equity is like 1 equal 1. These numbers are equal in value. Or this is equality, 1 plus 1, right? But equity leaves room for like 1 squared equals, like 15. If that 1 squared actually does some things that you can't see or has some abilities that you can't see, if this person can do stuff that you aren't able to easily quantify, it could still be equitable even though it isn't exactly equal. And so in your business, leave room for equity. Come on, somebody with the bar. That's over on the left side. What y'all do over there? Because we got educators over here. What y'all do over there? We got coaches over there. We got service providers over there, accountants. We got corporate consultants over there. She said everything. We do everything over here. Well-versed. Well-rounded over there. Okay, I feel you. Okay, cool. So you have a list of some different offers that you can actually create. First step, you got to do your market research. That's number 1. When you do your market research, what you're going to be asking them for, what's your biggest problem or pain point? And we wrote some of this back here. I'm so happy they got this vibe board up, y'all. It took a lot of work. Shout out to Chris. Such a great man. It's just amazing. Probably. Okay, here we go. All right. Find out their why. This is like, why does this matter for them to solve now? You need to figure out, is this issue urgent or is this issue optional? Because for people who have a problem, but it's optional to solve, they are going to make you prove to them that they should solve their problem when it ain't your problem to begin with. You want to work with people who have problems that are not optional but urgent. So Cam don't want to work with speakers that don't get booked. World-class speakers. Because for them, it is not optional to have good video. It's urgent. And if they have a big gig coming up or they're going to the next level in their career and now they're going on their biggest stage, they want their intro video to be fire. And if they're calling him close in time and he finds out that their why is because there's a big conference coming up and it's in 10 days, now he has his standard offers, but he can now say, okay, since you need a 5-day turnaround, it's going to be this price. Boom. So you need to know their why. And the question that you can ask to dig deeper, tell me a little bit more about why that matters to you now. And then say, I heard you say A, B, C, and D, but can you tell me a little bit more about why that matters to you now? And then here's another question. What happens if you don't solve it? Tell me about your life 12 months from today if you don't solve this problem. And then go a little bit deeper. When did you first learn you had this problem? Now, my husband's going to come up here in the afternoon and talk about sales calls and some things that he recommends that you do in pre-positioning and all of that because, his nickname is Chris the Closer. He doesn't like it, but I kind of like it. So he'll talk to you a little bit more about that, but it's the why, then you have the problem. Tell me why you solved it, all that. Their why is really important. Now, with their problem, you need to learn why is this urgent in time? How long have they had this problem? What happens if they don't solve this problem? And here's what this question gets you. It gives you the ability to not only elevate your offer, which is what Cam talked about, adding to your offer. It also gives you the ability to subtract from your offer. In addition, it gives you the ability to craft your offer around their biggest objections to solving the problem. Because one of the questions is, what have you already done to solve this? Why do you think you haven't solved this yet? And they're going to tell you, oh, well, I don't have a lot of time. Well, I'm taking care of my parents right now, and it's really difficult. Oh, and I have all these different things going on, life things. And then you're going to have the opportunity to tell them about the elements of your offer that solves that problem. But this one is one that's often missed because people are kind of scared to ask questions. I see that a lot, and I just want you all to know, you can't be scared to ask questions as an expert. Can we get a chair on stage, please? Really quickly. Just a mustard chair. You can just do one for now. You can't be scared to solve problems as an expert, and you can't be scared to ask questions. The way that you diagnose a problem efficiently is by digging deeper into the questions. You cannot diagnose problems if you will not ask questions. And you cannot lead people through the hardest parts of their lives if you're scared to ask tough questions to your clients and challenge them. There may be some clients that are not ready to be challenged in that level, and you can kind of make that assessment for yourself, but I don't recommend that you just put that on them. I recommend you ask the question anyways and see what they tell you. So you need to figure out where and how is this causing pain? Where and how, can you put it over here for me? Where and how is this causing pain? Where and how is this causing pain? Y'all, we about to go to work, and I'm about to take these shoes off, you know what I mean? Now, do y'all know who Dan Kennedy is? Yes. Who doesn't know who he is? Raise your hand. All right, a few people. Dan Kennedy, old school marketer, some great concepts. He wrote the No BS series. Now, before I say this, y'all go out and buy all these books. Let me give my disclaimers. This man is an avid Trump supporter. He's going to say some disrespectful things. He's going to disrespect you, and it is what it is. I'm not saying go to him to be your pastor. He does. But I'm saying that I am mature enough to learn from people that I don't like. That's a bar. Because to me, it'd be like, yeah, she's really rude. And I'm like, oh, but she know what? Oh, you deal with your rude over there. I'm going to get a bag real quick. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, they're like, yeah, she taught me so much, but she's so rude. I'm like, but what's the first part? You learned something, didn't you? Okay. give me the lady's number. I'll do it in stealth mode. You know what I mean? I won't tell nobody yet till I try it for myself. But literally, one of the things that he talks about is that when he teaches people sales, and I don't necessarily advocate for going this far, everyone has their own line, but when he was selling, I think it was like something that would help with your house not burning down, I was hearing him speak about how he sold it, and he was explaining the need to understand the pain of your client. And he was like, one of the things that he was recommending a client to do is to show people pictures of burnt homes. And I was like, what? That's crazy. That is so triggering. And he was like, look, what's worse? Them realize what's going to happen if they don't get this product, or them feeling good in the moment, but their home is left unprotected. His philosophy is really ends justify the means. Now, personally, everyone has their own bar and code and how they want to do things. But what I liked about what he said and what I internalized was, if you don't show them the long-term pain, they have the ability to close their eyes to a catastrophic disaster. And am I comfortable with their future being left unprotected because I was too punk to show them how it's going to hurt them? And I wasn't really comfortable with that. And some of you are selling your offers like it's candy. Oh, work with me because it'll help you do this. And maybe one day ChatGPT, write me a post that says I'm selling a course. ChatGPT exaggerates whatever your voice is in a way that sounds fake. So you can always tell when it's like chatty, because unless you know how to really use it, it'd be like, hiya, guys! Exclamation point, flower emojis. Today is your big day. I'm like, ChatGPT, I do not talk like that. They does the most, making me sound corny out here. So you can always tell. But anyways, some of y'all are selling your offers like it's candy, like you're selling it to them like you could buy it or you could not, but it doesn't matter either way. Because you're not showing them what's the pain. So if you sell a fitness solution and your solution helps people to get fit, if they don't buy your solution and you have a proven framework, what happens over time? What I loved about Dr. Gettings is she told us what happens if we do not, one, get in the right rooms with the right people to speak the right stuff. Two, if we don't start reprocessing our stinking thinking. And three, the impact of dreaming and the destruction of stress if it is chronic and unchecked. Really what she said is negative people, negative thoughts, and negative things kill brain cells. And for a lot of people, that may have been a little bit hard to heal because she used the word kill, but she said that word because when she said that word, I immediately decided that I am no longer a person that engages in gossip. When she said that word, I immediately decided I am too high vibrational to have low vibrational conversations. And I also decided that no matter how much I love a person, I love my brain cells and my baby, my daughter more, that I'm not going into early dementia because you don't know how to talk to me. And if she wouldn't have used that word, for a lot of you, you would have thought you was hearing another mindset coach. How many of you that really highlighted how you need to be thinking about your thoughts and your conversations? Let me see a show of hands. It literally shifted it for me. So she didn't even make an offer. Maybe we can go to her for brain scans. Hopefully we can, because I definitely want to do it. So Dr. Gettings, let me know if we can. And she said something about a system, and it was very, I don't know if any of y'all took notes on that. Maybe the doctors did, but I was like, text me that word, because HPA? Okay, because I didn't know how to spell that, so send me that, Dr. Dominique, because when she said the full word, I was like, nope, you got to text me that one. But it literally helped me to see the pain. And she did it with her word choice. People think copywriting is for copywriters. Copywriting is for anyone who wants to convey messages that move people. There are some skill sets that you don't have a choice but to get better in. You have to get better at communicating your offers. And you do that by giving people words that cause visuals that make sense. When she said computer processor, that made sense to me. It gave me a new framework to think about. And when she said the destructive physical elements of what happens, I love seeing this baby here. It makes me miss my daughter. She's going to be here soon. So cute. It made me think about like a different way to do it. So for you all, your why, your problem, and your pain is critically important. And then what you're going to do after you figure out where your clients are at is you're going to craft your offer from their point of view. What I recommend you do first is just brain map all of the data that you've had and synthesize it. I recommend you do at least 15 market research calls. For our mastermind clients, you already have like all the questions that we recommend that you ask in your portal. For everyone else, I've given you some sample questions that you can ask now. Additionally, after you do that brain mapping, I want you to then think about, when I think of the spectrum of problems that my clients have, which can I solve at a high level? After you think about how can I solve the problem based on your expertise, then you're going to think about how do I want to solve the problem? Then you're going to think about why should I solve the problem? Why am I the best solution to solve this problem? And I think about why am I the best solution to solve this problem because your time on earth is not infinite in the physical form. And so I don't want to spend my time solving a problem that I'm not best positioned to solve. I feel like that would be a waste of my gift. So I don't do that. Think about what your why is. Also, it does not matter what the problem is, what the service is, what the offer is. It will take work to build a business. And so if you're trying to figure out the easiest problem to solve from a perspective of it won't take work, even people who have now created easy solutions went through hard times to get to easy. The reward for hard is actually easy eventually, but most people don't know that because they stop in the hard and it never gets easy. We're going to move this right on around. So, after you think about why you're the best person to solve it, now we want to craft your offer. This why is also going to help you not to quit when immediately you don't start seeing the fruits of your offer. Here was my personal rule. I'm going to give it 6 months to sustainability. For me, that meant 6 months for it to make some money. 6 months of me going towards a consistent goal over time, doing the same thing towards a solution while iterating along the way to make it better, to make some money. Then I gave myself 12 months to make it profitable. Why didn't I give myself a day or a weekend or 24 hours or 10 minutes or whatever else? Because you need to put 10,000 hours in anyways. Time is literally going to pass anyways. If you focus on a core area of expertise for a sustained period of time, it gives you ability to get good. So 6 months or 12 months, those are the views that I took originally in my business before we hit our first 6 figures, just to give you an idea. So you're going to craft your offer. Okay. Now, let me go to, y'all, we skipping around on my slides. Let me see where we're at with time. All right, we got 19 minutes. All right, we're going to go to the slides really quickly. We're going to go through these quickly because how many of you want to spend your time doing some hot seats? I want to do at least 2 hot seats. Yes. Okay, awesome. Okay, no, maybe not. All right. So I'll give them time to get the slides up. Let's do this. If you want to do a hot seat, I'll take the first 2 people who get to the mic. Well, we still going to take the first 2 people to get to the mic. We're still going to take them first 2 people. Oh, thank you, Dr. C. Triple OG status. Dr. Dominique said, what is a hot seat? So that's literally when you tell me what your offer is and I remake it for you live. Okay. So it's kind of like fire. You should, oh, we already got 2, y'all. So I'm talking about starting players, 18. All right, this will be great. So while you all are here, think about this in terms of how you're going to present your offers. Cool? You got comfortable enough shoes to give me about 5 minutes? All right, cool. I'm just checking because, I'm the type to take them off. So whatever you got to do. 6 components. First off, the possibilities for what you can include in a service-based offer to a large company are literally endless, but these are 6 components. Executive coaching, keynote speaking, and what my team will do, because we're going to go through this super fast, they will put these images in the Speak Your Way to Cash Live Facebook group. Is that cool? Cool, so don't you worry about it. All right, so you have executive coaching. Now, this just gives you an example of how something like this could be a 6-figure offer. Quarterly basic package, $30,000, that's $120,000 per year. All you're including 5 hours per month, or you could do 5 hours per quarter. You could do a VIP day every quarter with the CEO, just one, and that become your $30K offer. They pay it every quarter, and they have to commit to at least 2 quarters, and they must pay in full. Very simple, $120K per year. This says 5 hours per month of office hours. Now, office hours is something where you reserve a certain amount of your time on your calendar for a company to utilize. You don't have to do the coaching. Someone else on your team can do the coaching, but you're reserving that time for them. But at $120,000 per year, you could do that. Or what did I say? You could do just a one-time VIP day, right? Hey, Francesca. Hey, Terry. Drop y'all offers in the chat virtual. And I love y'all with your cameras on. So great to see you guys. Keynote speaking. Let's talk about how keynote speaking can be $60K or more. The average keynote speaker makes $8,500. But if they have the basic package, and you can definitely come up with names that work for you. I don't know if you want to call them basic. Like we have 2 levels to our mastermind, but we went with elite and lux because, who wouldn't want to be elite or lux? I didn't want to say something like level 1 people and level 2 people. Like that just seems, that's not sexy. So when you think about your names, you want to have respect in naming for all of the packages, but you also do want to show elevation in the names. So you got your premium, it's just a keynote plus 1 workshop, and it has to be the same day as the keynote because you're not keeping me out of my company for 2 days. But if I'm already there, I'll add the workshop because I'm already there. And at that point, I can get more leads, right? And then the platinum package, keynote, workshop, and an audience assessment. Let me tell y'all what I mean by audience assessment. It sounds fancy. An audience assessment means you will allow each of the people in the audience to get a QR code for a survey that gives them automated results of the responses. Literally, you could do this in jot form. You could do, it does not have to be complex. But the assessment area of it, we have a currency of confidence assessment, and it's fully automated. They take the questions, they get their individual responses. Okay? Y'all with me so far? Say with you. With you. All right. Creativity and pricing with the assessments. Let's say you only do the assessments, $20K for a basic assessment, right? And these are not the names you should use, okay? This is just So $20K for the basic assessment, the first level of your assessment. And then you have $35K for a premium package. You have an assessment plus a written analysis of the reviews. One way you can assess clients is you can go into the company and interview various clients that they have, and then give the company your best thoughts, a written report of what you found, and give them information about what they need. Why I love assessments with companies is it actually allows you, and if y'all want to go back to your seats to take notes, I understand. I'll still reserve it for you too, just so you know. It allows you to give the company a targeted, detailed analysis of what they need. And what I like about this is you could do it automated where they just take it and you analyze the results, or you can do it where you go into the company. Now, if you go into the company, the benefit of that is if I get to talk to 20 of your employees and make a great impression, and they all feel incredible after I speak to them, they have now become advocates for my services. As a lawyer, I used to go into companies that had sexual harassment issues, and I would interview both sides of the case. And then we would write our own individualized report about what the company should do, how they should do it, and we would advise the senior level executives, the CEOs, et cetera. And I remember in doing the interviews, my goal was to make sure they felt comfortable enough to tell me the truth, and then to use my discernment to fill in when I was being lied to. The benefit of being a trial lawyer is I cross-examine people on the stand. So I'd be on the stand, and I could literally see lies. And when I would see a lie, I knew I had to dig in with more questions to make sure the jury saw the lie. So my old job used to be ensuring that when people were lying to me on the stand, it wasn't just something I felt, it was something I could prove. The way I use that now is that when you go into companies as their advocate, as an outside consultant, what you're able to do, because you ain't got no dog in the fight, you already got paid, you can become friends with both sides and make sure that the company sees what they would not tell someone who works with them every single day. And you can come up with an agreement with the organization that you don't have to give them the names of the individuals who said it. You only give them an overall analysis of your viewpoint to protect their confidentiality so that they tell you the truth. Y'all getting some nuggets? All right. Tremaine said, this assessment piece is fire. Marvick said, hey, virtual fam, turn our cameras on. Ashley sees us on her screen. Yes, I do, Marvick. Shout out to Marvick. Hey, Dr. LaPera. All right, licensing. We don't have time to go into the whole thing on licensing, but different ways you can price it. I have a whole 10-hour training on licensing where we go deep into licensing. Is it meaty? Yeah. Very meaty. The mastermind knows. $150 per person, $50,000 per year, $7,500 per month. These are pricing options. I got 12 minutes and I got 2 hot seats, so I got 5 minutes each. Here's what I'll tell you guys about licensing. Licensing is simply this. Y'all know how y'all own a house? You can rent out a room? Say yes? Yes. You know how you own a house? You can rent out the whole house? Yes. Okay. You know how you own a house? You can sell the whole house and never go back to it to live again. Or you could sell the whole house but reserve the right to use it for a couple of days, a month if you want to. First things first, principle of contract law. You can contract for anything that is legal under the sun. A lot of times companies have like really long contracts, or 40, 50 pages, whatever, and people are like, oh my God, this contract is just so not fair. And I was like, ooh, did you just curse? Because in law, fairness didn't matter. What mattered is what the law said. What can you prove in court? Now, I'm talking to y'all like this, not like, oh my God, Ashley's not fair. Were y'all in marble bathrooms earlier, or were y'all in like, what kind of bathroom? Put your hat on when you was in your whatever kind of bathroom you had on earlier. If you were in a $1 billion company with 50,000 employees that you do not know personally because you can't, and you have to make decisions for your business, how do you think? You have to have contracts that protect your business. One thing that holds us back is we have unhealthy affiliations with people who we think are like bad people, like CEOs are bad. They're not fair. They're not just. They did layoffs. That's crazy. Has anyone ever had to fire anyone in the room? Oh my gosh, are y'all bad CEOs? Anyone have to fire 2 people in the room? If you had 100,000 employees and you couldn't make your numbers and you had to terminate 10,000 to keep your company alive, would you do it? When you read stories like that, relate to the CEO. I'm not saying relate to the CEO and not have empathy for employees. I'm saying that whatever room I go in, I relate to the highest common denominator. I relate to whoever I have an identity closely aligned with. Oftentimes, we go into establishments and we want to relate with the customers because we don't understand that if we related with the owner, we would then have empathy for someone who is actually more like you than the customer. Are we being too real, too deep? Because can I be clear? This room looking real diverse, right? We are taught to be chumps when we are supposed to be champions. Bars. Where Chris at? You hear this, baby? Taught to be chumps when we should be champions. They don't even know. They just coming around. Okay, I'm not going to do it right now. Maybe later. We're going to see. Monica said, that got me in my soul. All right, we're going back to the slides. I think we're almost done with these slides, actually. I'm so glad we went back to the slides. You might know your next 6-figure client, but do they know you as the solution? If you could call 5 people on your phone, and they could tell you your latest Instagram post or TikTok reel or whatever, but they couldn't tell 5 people what you do and how you do it, then you've been hiding in plain sight. How many of you have over 3,000 friends on Facebook? How many of you believe at least 300 of them could say exactly what you do? Is that too hard? I'm gonna go to the next slide. Okay, we're gonna do this Man, let me see if we could do this. We're going to do this tonight before the night session because this is a really dope exercise. But I want to get to some hot seats now so we can actually go to lunch. But remind me to do this because this is a dope exercise. Y'all going to remind me? Remind me, y'all going to do it in the night session? First off, look, do not miss the night session talking about, ooh, welcome to Atlanta where the players play. We about to go out. No. Right, like every day. Oh, wait, I did make a rap on Instagram. I was like, welcome to Atlanta where the experts play and we land large contracts like every day. Hey! See, don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. All right, so I'm going to do the hot seats, get to the mic real quick. So the moral of the story is you literally already know your next six-figure client. You literally already know them. Do you know I called the former superintendent, well, the retired superintendent of my old school district and talked to him? Do you know I've never pitched him anything? And I just called his cell phone. And he just retired. What if I would have called him before he retired? Contract. We're going to still work it out. Don't worry about it. But yeah. But what, you know what I mean? So you likely already know. So think about the schools you went to. Have you pitched them? The colleges you went to. Have you pitched them? Think about the companies you worked at. Have you pitched them and their competitors? Go through everyone in your phone and text at least 100 of them this message. Hey, name. I'm at a conference right now that's really helping me expand my business, and I just wanted you to know that I provide A, B, and C. If you know anyone in those three areas, would you mind doing an email connection for me, ? I'll send you the exact email to send to connect us and make it so easy for you. I'll do it tonight just in case. Hi.
My name is Shani Alman, and I own Mommy Mogul Mastery. And basically what we do is help busy mompreneurs in order to get their message out there through podcasting. So we have a done-for-you service that allows them to completely set it up from idea to impact. And we do all the graphics, all of the help setting up, everything from beginning to end. So
that is fire. How many of you are busy moms? Raise your hand. Ooh, looks like you may have some clients in the realm too, girl. All right, so you help. Your client is busy moms.
Yes.
Your offer is done for you podcasting.
Yes.
Do you have an offer to teach them how to do it themselves?
Not yet.
Okay, cool. So it's only done for you podcasting. Correct. Do you have 1 level or 3?
I have 1.
Okay, so, how much is your current offer?
Right now we're at $2,100 for the initial investment, and then based on what their needs are, it's kind of an a la carte after that.
What do you do for $2,100?
For $2,100, we sit down, we go through the ideation process, and we vet out exactly what it is that you want your podcast to say and how you get that message to your ideal client. Because I know a lot of us are tired of posting and praying on social media, so we also include SEO in there, so we make sure that their keywords are on point so that when they do their, let's say, blog that supports their podcast. Or
girl, I need to hire you before you become my client, because I already know how this is going to go.
Or their show notes.
So you got messaging, you got content and SEO. Do you actually create the podcast as well and edit it?
Yes.
All the seasons?
Yes.
21. Hey, team. Turn me up. Team. Calm down. Y'all see, that's just how people be. Girl, my first offer was $30 a month. So everybody in here be looking at other people be like, 2,100. I would have charged 21 million as my future self. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. So you got messaging, you got SEO, okay, messaging, content, and you actually, do you record them for them?
Well, no, I don't record it for them, but we set it up in the system. I do have like an affiliate with a company, so it's a specific company that we use, and they record, and then I'll have like a VA do the editing and all of that. So we got a whole system.
So if I were your client and I came to you and I did not know what podcast I had, I could pay you $2,100, and at the end, you would map out what my podcast should be, do SEO, tell me what content to post, and you would give me 21 episodes, and I just had to show up and record them?
Not 21 episodes, no. Because usually a season will do like 10 episodes for the first season, and so,
10 episodes, okay. All right, team. Hey, team. Ma'am, speak a little bit closer to the mic just so I can make sure I hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, awesome. So we have a done for you service. It's $2,100. This is a really dope offer. And you've sold it previously?
Yes.
Okay. So let's make this offer over. You cool with that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So they're like, can we buy it first? Who wants to buy this offer right now? Raise your hand. Hey, sis. Sorry, ma'am. What's your name? Shawnee? Yes. Okay, I want to call you sis. I mean, we just met. Shawnee. Okay. Okay, cool. Some people be like, I don't like the word sis. There's a deeper meaning. I'm like, oh, God. Think peace. All right. So, do you have a way for people to get on your email list right now in this moment?
Yes.
How can they get on your list?
I can connect with them and take their card.
Do you have an Instagram account?
I do.
Give me your Instagram handle.
Oh, Mommy Mogul Mentor.
Mommy Mogul Mentor. If you want this offer, DM her right now. Mommy Mogul Mentor. Let me ask you this. Will you honor today's rate if they just DM you right now?
Yes.
Before we make this over, because, today's right. You'll honor today's rate?
Yes. For the next 2 hours, I will honor it.
For the next 2 hours. You better sell from the stage, girl. Cashley. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. I love it. All right. Mommy Mogul Mentor. Who's going to the IG right now? All right, y'all got 2 hours to run it up for my friend. 2 hours. What time is it right now? 2 p.m. I'm going to ask her who got in and who got out. Leo, we may need to email her. Somebody from my team, send a message. All right. All right, cool. Laughing but very serious. Marvick, Mommy Mogul Mentors. Send it up. All right, offer. Done for you. Okay, great. How are you selling this offer right now? What's your sales vehicle?
So right now I have my own podcast, and then I also, which I direct everyone kind of towards the website so they can sign up and all of that. And then Instagram, but I got tired of posting and praying, and I decided that I needed to help women to find a way to stop doing that, and that's how this really came about.
This is dope. First off, thanks for the work you do for moms. We do be busy out here. Ciao. Okay. $2,100. First off, the offer is good. What's the name of the offer?
It's very convoluted, but it's like the digital marketing and podcast launch program.
All right. That's long.
Yes.
How long does it take you to make the 10 episodes?
It depends on the client. It depends on how much time they have.
If you have the best client and they do everything you say.
Best client, then we can probably get it done in about 5 weeks.
Can you get it done in 30 days or less?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, all right, how about we go with Mommy Podcast Accelerator?
Okay, I like that.
I don't know about Mommy. Do you do it for CEOs?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't relate to other people don't call me Mommy. What'd you say, Kim? Yes. Okay. How about that? Busy CEO moms. Y'all relate to that more? Okay. Okay, cool. We could try mompreneur. How about this? The Mompreneur Podcast Accelerator. And the tagline is making moms podcasters in 30 days or less.
Beautiful.
Now, we could make that title even sweeter if it's making moms podcasters in 30 days or less in under 3 hours time.
Okay, I like it.
If you can make it so they can do like you have an offer where they can do like a mini podcast, like 10 minutes each, 10 episodes,
yes.
then that would take.
Around their offer, whatever their signature offer is in their program.
So here's what you got. You got a couple of different things. You got to figure out what you can actually deliver on. But if you do the Mompreneur Accelerator and your tagline, making moms podcasters in 30 days and under 30 hours. Now, there's two ways to play it. Making moms podcasters in 30 days or less, or Or you can add in the time principle, but you have to really add up like how long it really takes them to do it because it's done for you. What I like about done for you is you can have easy guarantees because you're going to do the work. It's harder to have guarantees on the other way when you need other people to do the work. But when you're going to do the work, like for our firm, it'd be like, oh yeah, we'll file your trademark. If it don't work, we'll file it again. Because we'll do the work. So you take the ownership on that. So you just got to know how much time it would take from them. Because if they're busy, their biggest objection is what? So if you can get it done 30 days and under 3 hours, that would be fire. And you show them how we do 3 30-minute calls, and then you record 10-minute episodes in one day, and it's literally just 180 minutes as long as you don't need any edits. And you show them the path for that, that would be fire. Now, when you're selling this, the Mompreneur Accelerator can have, I think you should always have at least 2 levels, sometimes 3, but 3 gets a little bit confusing. There's a book called The Decision Paradox. And it talks about how over the last 50 years, we've had to make more decisions than we've ever had to make in our lives. And at first, that meant that we were doing things luxuriously, but then it became overwhelming. And the human brain really hasn't caught up with all the decisions that we have to make. So people would rather choose a lesser option that's easier of a yes than they would a better option that takes more work to decide upon. But if you only give them one option, the brain doesn't feel like it has enough choice. So they use the example of jeans. You go to a store, 2 jeans, 3 jeans, you cool with that. You go to a store, 100 jeans by the same company, you just choosing whatever you want. Give them at least 2 options. One option is totally done for you, and this option is $25,000.
2 hours, guys, 2 hours.
Huh?
2 hours.
Oh, she said 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. Or you have done with you. Actually, we're gonna do 3 levels. Done with you means you do an initial consult, 1 hour with them, right? And you map out their podcast plan in 60 minutes. And then you give them all the vendors that they need to make it happen. And you agree to check in on them in 30 days just as accountability. And literally, it's just an email that you pre-schedule to send to make sure they got it done. And you tell them, you're going to get an accountability message in 30 days. It's going to be automated, and it's just going to remind you that you're supposed to have it done by that time. Accountability email, no call. But in the accountability email, there could be a link that says, if you haven't gotten it done yet, we could do it for you. Give them a chance to see how it feels out there on their own. You know what I'm saying? So then you go to done with you. Now, the done with you offer needs to be a different price bracket than the done for you offer. Otherwise, it cannibalizes your done for you offer. So your done with you offer, we're going to put the done with you offer at $10K. Okay, you cool with that? And mind you, many people think about their offers from the perspective of, oh my God, but then I'm gonna have to do 1 hour calls, and I'm gonna have to do so many calls, and blah, 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 blah. If you productize what this audit is in this call, you can have anyone do this call. And the goal, there's a book called The E-Myth, Michael Gerber. You wanna get your business to a place where it's like an assembly line. Whoever does it can get it right because it's so well defined. Because the goal is, when we was in my dreamers den, I wasn't doing no work. I was strategizing and visualizing. Was any of y'all doing work or some of that? I mean, the work is the thinking. But I was not in there, you know, crafting widgets or nothing. I was in the jacuzzi or somewhere. So you got done with you. Then you're going to have a on your own offer, right? Self-paced. This is for the DIYers, the do-it-yourself crowd. For them, you want their offer to be $19.97 or less. This is going to be an automated course which shows them how to craft their own podcast. What you will find is less than 3% of people are going to go through that course, even if they buy it. Give them 12-month access. Do not ever give anyone lifetime access to anything. And if you do, it needs to be so strategic that you only do it once and for someone who does something like pays in full for a certain amount. You know what I'm saying? And if you like, I don't think I've ever given lifetime access. I don't recall. I can't think of a time. If I did, it maybe in like in the very beginning or something. But I think even then I was licensing. So done with you, 1997. Now this is the do-it-yourself people, right? 1997. Now here's how you need to sell this. Sell this on a webinar. 5 ways mompreneurs make more money with a podcast than not. And to be real, you don't even need a mom. Like, I'm a mom and I'm an entrepreneur, but I don't go to mommy brunches and stuff just because it's like, it just doesn't really speak to me. I went to one once, they had me speak, and it was dope. It was really dope. But it was just about, like, you know, being a mom and, you know what I mean? Anybody else? Is it just me?
No, I get it.
Y'all with me? You know what I mean? So you got to be careful with that. If you want to work with boss mom CEOs, my messaging would actually be more like, you're a CEO and you're a mom, and one doesn't have to mean you give up the other. But what you do need is your voice to go further faster, so you're going to create this podcast. So from boss mom CEO to podcaster, let me help you expand your message. Like, that's the messaging, like those types of tones. Because you're going to get a woman who's like, I got kids, but my kids are not an excuse for my dreams. My kids are an accompaniment. They're not an excuse. Like, you know, I'm not out here like, when Christelle was born, I had lost all my dreams. No. Christelle lit. Christelle like, mommy, I'm coming on stage. She's styled for each day. My baby lit. Okay, DIYs, 1997. Sell it through a webinar, make the offer on the webinar, and what you can do is either send them directly to a call or you could just sell it on the webinar. Because what'll happen is, all you should talk about in that webinar is this $25,000 offer.
Okay.
And only at the end do you show them, but how many of you know, like, you want this done, but maybe you're not, like, maybe you're at the 25K, you're like, I don't got no time. I'm already making 6, 7, 8 figures in my business, and I don't do things myself because it is a waste of my time. But maybe you're in between, like, you're not there yet, but you'll get there. I want to have an offer for you. How many of you would like to hear a different solution? You see what I'm saying? But since you've talked about the 25K offer, when they hear 1997, they're going to be like, oh, crap. I can get in here. But if you start talking about 1997, they think you're a 1997 podcaster. And so they're thinking your quality of work is only 1997, and that's just not a high quality of work. In the mind of, you know, myself, if I saw that. I would. I'd be like, because I have friends who do this, and they do it for, you know, 25, 30, 50 grand. And they get it. They get paid it. Some people have prices, but they never get them. We're not talking about that. They get paid these rates. So you have something incredible. All right, what are you taking from this? What are you going to do differently in the next 24 hours as a result of this hot seat?
Well, I know for sure at lunchtime I'm going to be writing all this out and planning accordingly, because I definitely do want to take it to the next level. And I thank you so much for your time. I thank you for helping me out with that. And all the ladies who are in my DM now, I got y'all. Don't worry. Don't worry.
You got DMs?
Oh, I don't know yet. My phone is recording.
Yes. They in the room like, yes, you do.
Yes.
Well, let us know. Let us know how it works out. Who's gonna buy it this weekend? I just want to see who we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, because you know, cash leads, we don't play. All right, we just helped a cash lead out. Y'all love that? We're gonna do more of that tonight. You have to come to the night sessions. Y'all, listen to what just happened. If you would have got to the mic and you had an offer, how many sales would you? She could literally walk out with what, 10, 15 grand? Easily. Because I'm not just about y'all coming here and learning stuff, and then I sell from the stage, and then y'all don't sell nothing. As my clients will tell you, we host a whole event where our clients sell and get leads. Did y'all see that? Cash chats. You know what I'm saying? So get to the mic. Your money is in this room literally. And that wasn't even hard. It wasn't even like, and maybe one day you all will buy this thing. It was like, 2,100 busy moms. Who's a busy mom? All right, cool. 2,100. Who got 2,100? I do. All right, cool. You gonna buy it? Yep, we gonna buy it at lunchtime. And then what I loved what she did, she was like 2 hours. Urgency. You're cold, low key. I was over here like, I love that. I love that. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. I think are we going to lunch next? All right, cool. And the AV team may talk to you all about your experience this morning. Help the guys out. If y'all gonna help them out, give me a round of applause. If y'all are walking out of here a new person, give yourselves a round of applause. We go out high energy. High income follows high energy. Stand up for me real quick as we go out. We got to do our chant if we a team. I'm gonna say energy high. Y'all gonna say excuses low, right? Who was up at 5 a.m. running a couple hours? All right, well, nah, y'all was not up at 5 a.m. running. Y'all just saying woo. So that means y'all can get up. Okay, we've been up. All right, I'm going to say energy high. Y'all say excuses low, all right? And then I'm going to say break. We going to clap and we going to leave. Y'all ready? This is our first Cash Lead team call. Energy high. Energy high. Energy high. Energy high. Break. Yes. Okay, we're going to do it better the next time, but that was pretty good. All right, I'll see y'all after lunch, 2:45. Y'all going to be in the building. DJ, take us out.
Excuses low. Energy high. Excuses low.
For everything you sell, you need a vehicle. Sales calls. Challenge. Our event is a vehicle. It's one way you can sell an offer. You're marketing not just for sales, you're also marketing for data. In your portal, it shows you how to have a brand guide. What brand guides do is it ensures that no matter who designs your stuff, it looks the same. I help y'all land 5- and 6-figure contracts, but there comes a point in your business where you are the one giving 5- and 6-figure contracts.
You cannot afford not to come to this event.
You are missing out. There is so much energy at a place like this.
Everything has been epic. I've never been to a training where I've been engaged in literally every session.
This mastermind has truly changed my life.
My mindset has shifted.
It has allowed my business to grow tremendously.
6-figure speaking contracts.
Get in the room. This is unlike any conference that I've ever experienced, and I am a conference junkie, information junkie. I've been to all the things, but I have never been to an event like this.
If you make it from a certain spot, go back higher. Go back further, shoot it again. And if you make it from that spot, then you realize, hold on, this may be too low of a rim.
The hardest thing to be in life is yourself. Why? It's because it's the noise. Too many of us are believing what other people are saying about who we should or should not be.
Yeah, energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. I need energy, need only good people that's around me. All the faith you can give, that's the recipe.